What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Gene back with another video. I'm not going to do a reaction video today. I wanted to talk about this whole race war, the discrimination, the riots. I want to put things into perspective, right? I'm going to start off with this. Doesn't matter who you are. Just picture your whole race, whatever race you are. Now, picture your entire race doing nothing but great things, right? Say they're building buildings for free, giving out food for free, building shelters, free water, bettering the world, right? Now take that one person in that race. Doesn't matter your race. One person. Say they're doing the exact opposite. Burning buildings, killing people for no reason. Anything, right? Wasting food. That one person just defined your entire race. That's how it is for an African American. Now, this video will be all over the place because it just I tried to justify in some sort of way possible. Maybe let me look at the multiple viewpoints, and there's no justifying. I have had predominantly white friends my whole life, but that doesn't make me lean towards a white side. It doesn't give the white race any advantage in this situation. Now, I'm not attacking white people in this. This is really just for the ones that feel like all lives matter, but don't incorporate black lives in that, if that makes sense. If all lives are mattering, why isn't a black life mattering as much as a white life or an Asian life or whatever life? It's really, I mean, the white race has the most power, and it's predominantly white males that have the most power. This is an example. George Floyd. Everyone knows about it. I've made a video on it. I'm not gonna just harp on this George Floyd situation because this wasn't the sole reason for the riot. It was just the last. It was the last straw. This was the breaking end. The whole reason people are rioting is because Floyd got killed for no reason, right? We've tried taking a kneel. That clearly didn't go well. What else is there? You already tried peacefully. Now, I mean, it gets to a point where enough's enough. Take race out of it. Once you do something so much to where it's still not reciprocated or understood, you have a breaking point. Once you try so long and you're getting no results, you just get fed up, right? That one person that defines your race is the reason why we feel like we feel. I've seen so many black people get congratulated. I took a black history class with a white professor, and he explained the successes of a black person that were overshadowed by a white person. We learn in school, it doesn't matter what your race is. You don't even have to be black. You could be Asian. You could be Middle Eastern. You will be taught in America all the successes of a white man. That sucks. The few black people that get talked about, Rosa Parks, MLK, a little Malcolm X. There's probably a couple others. That's a problem. There's a reason why Black History Month is on the shortest month. Things aren't changing. The peacefulness, you can only do it so long. It's gotten to a point where I am just like, you almost have to joke about it. Because if you don't, you're going to get so mad and do something dumb to where it gives the white man a better chance to use it against you. There's a reason they do these things. Now, shout out to the white people that are defending the blacks during this movement, and I've seen, I mean, at least from my feed, shout out to Haley Ford. She's been a huge advocate. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on Twitter. She's been really pushing, so shout out to you, Haley. I just don't understand where the all lives matter are getting misconstrued. I have older people on my Facebook. They're like, well, the rioting makes no sense. You're just going against yourselves, but you're saying it makes no sense because you've never been through it. You don't deal with the racism. Reverse racism is a thing, but it's not to the degree, right? It's definitely not to the degree. When I think in reverse racism, I'm thinking, oh, he's a white guy. He's probably not as good at hooping as it is for a black man. Oh, he can't jump as high. Compared to, oh, well, if I see a black man get pulled over, he's at least getting beat to death. If he's not getting beat, he's getting sentenced for something as minor as, like, what? Smoking? I just don't understand. From the Floyd video, the one officer who was sitting there trying to make sure the crowd wasn't getting out of control. The man in the video said, "This is why you don't do drugs, kids." That man said he couldn't breathe, and then the officer said, "This is why you don't do drugs, kids." It's a problem. Even when you're doing nothing, you're doing something because it's your race. Listen, I have no bad ties, but I could go to an area where people don't know me, and they could just gun me down for being my color. I'm not even fully black. That's a problem. Understand, all lives matter, but blue lives matter? Sure, of course. A cop's life matters, especially a good one. The ones that are out there actually serving to protect, I mean, they matter. I was literally riding home from the grocery store yesterday, bumping Lil Wayne, windows down. There's an officer around me. And I have gotten to the point where I wasn't even second guessing. He was a white officer. He had his windows down too. I wasn't scared what he was going to do. Was he going to kill me? It's already happened. It doesn't matter what I do at this point. And that's the problem. I'm already interracial. When I have kids, my kids are going to have to deal with this for absolutely no reason just because they're born not white. Even if I'm with a white woman, I could be with a black woman, I could be with an Asian woman. It doesn't matter. I'm already interracial, so now my kids are going to be interracial. And now they're going to be born with less equality. Women, especially the white women out there, who feel like you're not treated equally. I agree, you're not treated equally. You're not even treated equally to necessarily a black man. Think about that. Now add that along with a race. Think of a black woman, right? You know how hard it is for a black woman to be successful and have like a high ranking in a business? That's really rare, right? Think about that. That's a problem, man. I just don't understand. We're in 2020. I want to be able to look back on this video and be like, you know what? Things really started to change. I mean, the whole situation was bad ever since slavery. The only thing that really changed with slavery to now is you can't own a person. You can still kill the black man or a black woman. You can kill any African American if you're white. If you're a white cop, you can kill an African American and only get fired. So what happened to that officer who killed Floyd? He killed that man. And really, without social media, who knows how things would have been? I mean, this whole race thing really kicked up again on social media when Trayvon Martin died. Now, a white man, well, I don't know, was Zimmerman white? I always thought he was like Hispanic of some sort, but regardless, after that Trayvon Martin killing, it never got better. I mean, literally, before Floyd, 2 weeks before, I think, or even a week, I think his name was Ahmad, African-American male, was on a jog or a run, and he got killed by two white men for absolutely no reason. They literally were just waiting to kill him. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I try to understand, like, oh, well, maybe it just doesn't make sense. It takes so much effort to get those two who killed Ahmad. It takes so much effort to get them some type of conviction. Why? Now, for the white people that have black friends, and maybe you just don't know how to attack this situation, it's better off to just say nothing and support the movement than than really go out and say something, because you're gonna get backlash, and then you're gonna get treated like an African American. It's just, I want to shout out all the people that have supported me, no matter what your race is. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all looking out for me. I appreciate the white people. I'm not racist, but I appreciate the white people who supported me, who rock with me, who've never let race get in the way. Like I said, the area I grew up in, there's a lot of rednecks. It's a lot of country. So racism is it's gonna happen. I've had to deal with racism my whole life. I got in a fight in high school because of a kid being racist, and I had known the kid for a while. I had no problem with him before, but it's just how he was growing up. Parents, break this trend, right? Because kids need to learn at an early age. You're not born racist. Parents, it's your responsibility to embed this into them. Please understand, racism won't get better if we just sit here and let it happen. The riots are they're a call for help. Please support, understand. The riots aren't here just to go in mass destruction for no reason. They want support. African Americans need support. Without this riot, I bet you it would have gone. Shoot, without the riot, the Ahmad situation would have been no different. After Floyd's death, it would have been no different. It's just a cry for help. Please, let's make a change. You don't have to go out and have signs and protests to understand that Black Lives Matter. Just look out for your African American friends. Right now, all lives do matter. But let's focus on the Black lives right now, because they're the ones who are getting truly affected. Okay? Things will get better if we work together. I don't understand why is race still so focused on? There's a lot of things that white men or white people can do that Black people can. There's a lot of things Black people can do that white people can. Let's work together so everyone can do everything. Let's work. It starts with you. No one understands you better than you. So let's work together and get better. I'm not going to even talk about politics with Trump, because I try to stay away from politics. I always have, because it'll start a controversy. All I've been seeing was Trump was racist. Does it surprise you? Does it really surprise you? Because it doesn't surprise me. I've seen that he's been trying to get people killed. Again, it doesn't surprise me. I had a situation at college, literally for 2 semesters straight. I just came here last year for 2 semesters straight of people putting the N-words on whiteboards. It had been a problem at my college. I had spoken on it on the news, on the local news. Things aren't getting better, and that's a problem. And I had been to rallies and stuff where Black people are trying to make a stand, and it's like it just still didn't get the support. That's a problem, man. I'm not out here. This is really the first thing I've even said on it, because at this point, are you surprised? Are you surprised? I'm really not surprised, and things aren't getting better. 2020 was already terrible. Why? What's the point of going against each other? We're all we have. There's killer hornets. There's people eating rats. Use your brain. Work together. Let's stay safe. Instead, we got officers killing Black people for no reason. I just saw a video earlier today. How it wasn't even a black couple. A Hispanic couple. There was nothing but like 20 cops around the car, forcing them to get out when there was one car ahead. White people, let them go. I'm not going to say just white people you need to work on this. The white man, you have the most power. You can make the change. We need help. Please Just help us out. I could talk about this all day, but there's no point. I'm out.